What's up, Cradle fans? You're here today to hear me talk about this. This book. Although this first video, part one, I'm shooting it all at the same time, but this first video is only going to be. You think I'm excited about my poster? This first video is going to be spoiler free. Spoiler free, Reaper, thoughts, review, all that good stuff. Okay? Set that there. My Reaper book is up there. You can see it, I hope. And anyway, I've read the book 3 or 4 times now. Yeah, I don't normally read the books that much right away, but this one's that good. So that's how this is going to go. I'm not going to plan out what I'm all going to say other than it's going to be spoiler free, this first video. And then the second video, which I'll be posting later today, or today being November 5th, Friday, November 5th. Both of these videos will probably be released today, even if it's not good for the YouTube algorithm. I don't give a shit. I want y'all to have this content if you care about it. So this first video is mainly going to be, again, non-spoiler stuff. So I'm going to get into that now. So I'm going to share my screen and show you my face. All right, so Cradle has been chilling at number 1 for the last 4 days. And it finally dropped to number 2 as of this afternoon. I'm not sure exactly when, but earlier today when I checked, it was at number 1. It was at number 1 all day yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, which is the longest I think we've ever seen a Cradle book exist in the number 1 spot. It didn't ever hit number 1 for the audiobooks, but that's due to a jerk of a book. A jerk of a book called, going there now, called Dune, with a full cast of voice actors, and a full motion picture backing the hype. So Reaper hit number 2. It's fallen to number 6. It was at number, I think, 4 earlier today. This Dragonfly Summer, I don't think was there. The new Will Smith book that just dropped was there earlier today when I checked. And this Apples Never Fall book wasn't there. And then Mel Robbins' book that must have just come out wasn't there yet. Whatever. Cradle's crushing it. And I'm very proud of how it's going. It's my favorite book so far. I'm going to go ahead and kill my face and the screen sharing. It's crushing it. Will did a great job. The book, for those of you who haven't read it yet, the book has similar length to Wintersteel. It's not quite so long. But it's like the best parts of Soulsmith and Ghostwater all in one. It's funny. It's scary. It's sad at times. It's intense. There are fight scenes in this book that just, whoo, they really step up. I don't know, it's just cool. There's you learn so much about the lore, about certain characters' backstories. You may learn about some people's previous revelations. I don't know. You'll have to read it. But it's worth reading, and it's crushing. And I hope it becomes a New York Times bestseller. I think the only way it could possibly do that is through Audible again. Again, because Will doesn't traditionally publish. He also doesn't gamify any of his results. They're all natural, pure sales, which I don't think is that common anymore. I typically buy a physical copy, a digital copy, and the audiobook copy. I buy them all just to show support. And I know many of you do the same. I used to. I don't read the books when they launch in the US, I read them before that. A lot of people gamify their locations and buy the books in Australia or Japan, which allows them to read the book a full day early. A lot of people do that. And for me to moderate the Discord, and I'm not a mod, I just help the mods out on release day because I always have the book read. And so I can help keep spoilers out of the Discord. The Discord's a shit show right now, by the way. If you're not in the Discord, I eventually recommend you go there. I'm personally taking a break from the Discord for like a week or two just because I was getting annoyed with things. But it's probably like the best place, oddly enough, to have a fast-paced discussion about the Reaper. It can get a little hectic because there's dozens of people all trying to scream their thoughts at the same time in certain channels. But it's a good place to find people to talk about Cradle with if you don't have people to talk about Cradle with. You can also DM me on Instagram. I'll be happy to talk to you about my thoughts, assuming you've read the book. Or you can just come at me in the comments, as some of you love to do. But if you want to talk about Reaper, like Reaper, the book, and not just how the book is performing, I would say wait till the next video and comment on that one. Yeah. Let's talk about the books upcoming. I'm not going to say what book 11 is titled, but the title of book 11 is not, I feel like it's not even a spoiler. It's not something crazy, or it doesn't even have implications really. But there's 2 more books left. And on the release stream, we learned that the book 11 will probably be a little bit shorter than Reaper, maybe around the same length, but it will be nowhere near as long as Wintersteel or book 12. Book 12 apparently is going to be as big as it needs to be because Will has said, he said this on the release stream, he loves when loose ends are tied off. So expect the plot and the story to end way before the book's done because there's going to be tons of epilogue, tons of exposition. My cat just entered the film. Say hi, Miko. Yep, that's Miko. Miko is my cat who doesn't ever really care to make appearances. Here, good. Okay, there you go. She was like, "Why is there this book cover in my space? I'm a cat. I rule all things," which is oddly enough sort of a plot point in Reaper with Rhaegon Shen being a cat who thinks he's the best thing ever. Back to book 12 though. Book 12 is apparently going to be really long with tons of epilogue, tons of learning about how things are going, and where things might end up, like might set up another book series. We might not get book 12 immediately after book 11 though. In fact, this cat, y'all are going to see this bookshelf just fall and books tumble everywhere and the cat go and run off. I hope it doesn't happen on this video, but it's eventually going to happen. And she doesn't even look ashamed. So book 12 probably won't be coming after book 11. There will probably be, and none of this is official. We won't even get announcements on this until long ways in the future. But if I had to guess, what would make sense is to introduce a new series before Cradle ends, when everybody's interested in the Cradleverse or the Willverse. I can't imagine him writing a series outside of the Willverse because there's so many iterations that can have any magic system he wants. He set up his universes, his multiverse, so that he could write any kind of story and have it technically fit in, right? We know that there are worlds that are more technologically driven than purely magical. We see Vroshir with rifles and guns. We know that, I think it's Haven, iteration 001, has a galaxy-spanning civilization. This is the iteration that's the headquarters of the Abaddon. and it's a galaxy-spanning iteration. There's Abaddon technology that are enforcing travel, etc., etc. Trillions and trillions of souls, and a lot of their recruiting comes from there, the Abaddon recruiting. Anyway, we know about all this cool stuff out in the multiverse, so he could really do whatever he wanted with a new series. So I think that we'll probably see book 1 of a new series before we see book 12 of Cradle. And I know some of you are like, no, how will I wait so long? It's impossible. Will, don't do that to me. Well, think about it from his perspective. Book 12 needs space to breathe. It needs to be written, like carefully written, so that it tells a good final story that finishes off the 4 trilogies that were Cradle, that closes out all the loopholes that we want, that doesn't leave like a weird cliffhanger ending, because we know how much the Cradle fans love their cliffhangers. I mean, man, how many of you just bawled your eyes out and screamed to your mommies after Uncrowned? I'm kidding. But many people were irate after Uncrowned because of the cliffhanger ending. So anyway, I think that's about all I can talk about that doesn't have spoilers. So yeah, let's look forward to book 11 sometime in the first half of next year. And who knows what comes after that. I'm personally hoping for a new series. Because once Cradle ends, you don't want to have like this gaping hole of like, what's next? What do I read next? This new series. So I hope that's what happens. But thank you for watching part 1 of this video. The unspoilery version of Reaper. Well, my little Miko is right here. All right. Thank you for watching. I wish that there was a way I could make it to where you can't watch the next video unless you're subscribed, because like most of the people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. I pretty much only make Cradle content. I'm going to expand that out. I'm going to do more information requested podcasts. I just don't really have a podcast co-host right now. And if I'm going to monologue, I might as well just monologue into a normal video. I could do more interviews. I could have more guests, but to be quite frank, Remixed was the one like organizing those, aside from the one with Will, which I organized through Sam, his brother. And I already know Will, so it's like friends talking. So anyway, that's all I got for unspoilery video. I've almost closed this stupid thing out like 4 or 5 times. I want to get into the theories because so much was revealed. So go finish Reaper and then come back having already subscribed so that you can find the spoilery video, which I will be releasing after I record it. And the recording of that video is going to start right now. Goodbye.